showing a little frustration. And a technical foul on Vítor Wembanyama.
In a previous matchup, Wemby was dominant, blocking Jokic with ease. So the Nuggets thought this game would be different, and it was. The Nuggets were trying to push around a rookie, but instead, they got...
Yeah, you do a nice job keeping it in. Just don't see that one. Oh.
Short. A three.
They're going to get back into play. Another one.
Yeah, 17 points in 3 minutes. The Nuggets played themselves because this is no ordinary rookie. It's not the scoring that should blow your mind. There's something else besides being 7'4", moving like a guard, that separates Vítor Wembanyama from most rookies. Heck, most players. This isn't the only time that Wemby responds to the moment, and it's something that has led to one of the greatest rookie seasons of all time, and if he continues, potentially being one of the greatest of all time. And I'm gonna try my best to illustrate what makes him so special, beyond the obvious. What is up, dudes, Cadets, Ballers, Players? It's your boy MJ. Take a step out for just a second. Wembanyama finished the season averaging over 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks. There's only 9 other players in NBA history to ever have that stat line. Not in their rookie season, no, in their career. And all 9 were Hall of Famers. But that isn't possible without what makes Wembanyama tick. And we can trace it back to one moment. But to get there, we need to look into what motivates Wemby. Kobe once said,
generally guys at that size are a little timid and they don't want to be tall. They don't want to be big.
And at a glance, you might think that Wemby, who is 7'4", built like a stick, would avoid the smoke, deal with it with more finesse, but nah. Wemby hasn't been afraid to be big, to be physical. Remember preseason when Wemby matched up with the other unicorn, Chet Holmgren? They were going back and forth, and Wemby goes right through Holmgren and flexes.
I am better!
Why? Because that was his comp. And it wouldn't stop there, they would battle it out for Rookie of the Year. After one of his worst games on November 14th and losing the top rookie spot, Victor would eventually find his groove, but didn't let it go. Wembanyama would be on a minute restriction due to injuries that were haphazard, like stepping on a ball boy and tweaking your ankle. He missed a few games early. He was only allowed to play under 30 minutes a game. At that point, it would have been excusable if Wemby didn't have the best season as his body was acclimating to the NBA. But no, Wemby did not complain. And mid-season on January 25th, when Holmgren hits a 3, Wemby drives through him and
goes quick against Holmgren and slammed it home. Put his shoulder.
That entire game, Wembanyama went right at him. He was so eager to check into the game that he jumped the gun and ref told him to wait. He just wanted to match up with Chet, and he would finish the game with 24 points, 12 rebounds, 4 blocks, everything more than Chet, but would lose. So towards the end of the season against OKC, Wembanyama hits this clutch 3, stares down the bench, then blocks Chet, and goes ballistic. This means something to him. There's a fire. He wants to show that he's the best, and it's not just against Chet. And that attitude led to what I think is some of the highest praise you can get from Greg Popovich.
He's made me understand that he has those Tim Duncan qualities of innate basketball IQ, fire, that he wants to be the best.
Even bigger matchups like against Giannis, while most players are getting trampled, he's not afraid to go right at him, whether that's around him,
Trying to poke it away.
or quite literally being an immovable object. That shit don't even make sense. And there's a hunger to go at the best players in the league. When Wemby takes a shot after a whistle and KD pushes him, the shot goes in, and you know what Wemby says? And one, while looking straight at KD. Even the small little mind games just don't work. And that game, he took the assignment of guarding KD at times. Some good, some getting cooked.
Clock ticks to 2, the shot clock. Durant up and over. Wembanyama.
He responded when KD did anything like, you dunk, I dunk, just better.
Right by Durant. Oh!
No, seriously, that was the next possession. To the point that KD after the game was like,
his enthusiasm for the game, you know, you could tell that he's his own player person. He's going to create his own lane. Is much different than anybody who's ever played.
So many players might crash under pressure to show out, especially since he is one of the most hyped up prospects ever. But perhaps one of the telling moments was when Dillon Brooks decided to trash talk Wemby. Yup, after a preseason game, Brooks was asked what he thought of Wemby, and he said,
major takeaways from seeing Wemby for the first time in person.
He's tall. That's really it.
Just tall. Huh. When they would play in their second game of the season just 2 weeks later, Wemby came out dunking on his own teammate to prove a point. He reverse dunked on Jabari Smith that had Dillon Brooks out of it.
I am perplexed.
Now, Dillon wouldn't really be matched up on Wemby, but there was a clear moment. On an inbounds in OT with the game tied, Dillon Brooks is trying to deny the pass. Wemby spins to cut, but then pulls back. And Dillon...
give that guy a map.
Wemby catches the ball and easily shoots over. Just tall, right? Like he didn't just juke you out of your shoes. And the best part, he points at Brooks. He heard the talk. The Spurs would win the game. He's not giving any little edge to anyone. I mean, it's kind of petty, but that's why he's always at 110. And we can trace it back to one specific moment. The moment I knew Wemby was him came before the season even started. When we saw those stretching flexibility videos, I remember thinking to myself, wow, Wemby wants to play, he wants to be able to do anything without fear of injury, and he's taking care of it early and seriously. It's the mentality Wemby has, legitimately understanding and believing that he could be on path to become a GOAT. Will it happen? I don't know. But not everyone always has a chance. But Wemby does. You combine that with making 6'10 centers with a 7'6" wingspan in awe of you, and it's actually scary.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
It's why when he saw Tyrese Maxey at practice, he has to 1v1, but only defend.
Really good because he comes in, I work out early. He was coming in to work out right after me. Like, I want to play one-on-one, but I want to be on all-time defense. So I'm looking at him like, I've never heard a player say that. Like, I just want to play defense in one-on-one. Come to my right layup, and he grabs my layup off the glass, and I'm like, hold on, let me tighten up real quick.
That's some Kobe shit. And that led to one of the best in-season jumps from a rookie we've ever seen. In fact, like Greg Popovich said, it's almost an old school mentality. Not the being physical part, nah, I think nothing illustrates it more than when Wemby had a 5x5 game, the 15th player ever to do it, did it against LeBron and the Lakers, scoring 27 points, 10 rebounds, blocking LeBron, to which LeBron even said he doesn't have a ceiling, and became only the second player to have consecutive 5 blocks and 5 steals. The other person being Jordan. His response to all that was, I wonder if he did it in wins. Job's not finished, huh? It's that almost never-ending quest to be on top, a reoccurring theme. Even when the Spurs seemed like they were doing everything to get in Wemby's way, running Sohan at point guard, which made absolutely no sense since the man never played point guard in his life, missing Wemby wide open multiple times, not giving him the ball for 3 minutes straight at the end of a clutch game, and instead doing this. But even then, Wembanyama just kept going and didn't say anything. And not all players have it. It's what can separate the good from the great. The other extreme end is Ben Simmons, who had the talent but not the mentality to further himself to prove that he's a star. And you know what? That's fine if he's happy in life. I'm talking strictly about basketball greatness. It's why we see Wembanyama get so frustrated when he doesn't get the ball, because he wants it so bad, he's not scared of the moment. That mentality makes me believe that he would be successful if he was 7'4" or 6'2". And I'm gonna be making more videos. One extremely high quality one per week, and then someone based on the current trends and stuff that you want to see. So subscribe if you into that, because we so close to 750K. I'd appreciate it. And it's why we saw a second-year leap from Wemby mid-season. Yeah, if we look at the stats from his first 2 months to the rest of the season, everything went up but fouls. He started scoring 4 more points, better playmaking, a ridiculous near 4 blocks a game while fouling less. Even defensively, Wemby was the anchor. He figured out how to be more effective as the season went on, and it showed. For the first 2 months of the season, the Spurs without Wemby had a defensive rating of 122.1, which is last in the league. In their last 15 games, the Spurs defense with Wemby on the court had a rating of 106, which would be first in the league. And yeah, there might be some better cherry-pick lineups for sure, but a rookie making this much of a difference defensively on a NBA team is unheard of, especially since he tries to take on the best player on the other team a lot, like Jokic, KD, Giannis, you name it. So when I sat down to reevaluate this season, I couldn't believe just how many moments of greatness we had in a rookie season. We saw nearly every star acknowledge his greatness and the haters get silenced. By the sheer stats, Wemby should be Defensive Player of the Year. The most blocks per game, most blocks and steals combined, literally changed the Spurs, but then it comes down to what you value in awards. The Timberwolves have the #1 defense and